Hello, Betty.
Hello.
Very,
Does
very
it
nice
work?
to meet you. Thank you very much for joining us. In which country are you now?
I'm in Austria. Yeah.
So, hello from Czech Republic to Austria, and
Hello.
we will discuss your film Shimmer. The, the film that is purely in black and white images shooted on film, if I'm on the film stock, if I'm right.
Yes.
It works very sensitively with the light and with how the objects and spaces within the apartment, how they are made visible or less visible by certain direction and intensity of the light. Uh, it a little bit from the beginning. It seemed to me a little bit as a study of the objects and space in connection with the light. So I'm wondering what was your initial intention with this film? What did you want to explore the most by the film?
Yeah, actually, I'm very interested in daily objects which I have around me all the day, and I like to watch them a lot, and I like to watch the details of the things and find yeah, I think it's very fascinating. Like you see things like details which are yeah, quite interesting. Like with the glass, for example, I think it's a very interesting material. Like, you have all the reflections, and I'm um, I think it's very interesting if you look through a glass, like that the reality starts to get different. You know, like you have, for example, the image upside down, and yeah, I really like to watch these details in objects, and yeah, that was the motivation actually of doing this film. Like, yeah.
Yes,
So
I understand.
yeah.
I understand, and in a way, your film reminds me of very classical avant-garde films that were exploring the way how certain light conditions influence the image that appears on the film stock. So I wonder, why did you decide to shoot on film material? Why was this important for you?
Yeah, I really like to work with my hands. I like to have the contact with the material itself. It's very a really different feeling than working with digital medium. So I decide to work with. I work a lot actually with 16 millimeter and analog film, because yeah, I need that. Like, I'm bored, like sitting all the time in front of the computer doing cutting my stuff, and like I like the interaction with the film, and yeah, that's my motivation to work with this actually.
And did you also did you hand developed the film, or did you
Yes,
send to a laboratory? You hand developed it.
yes, I hand developed it by myself. So it's also this atmosphere being in the dark room, and like this surprising moment, like you don't know like how the result is. So really special, a special process. Like, yeah, you cannot really compare it with digital because you see all the steps, what you are doing. And with analog technique, you have to trust that you're doing the right thing and trust your eyes and the camera and hope that everything went fine. Yeah.
And let's talk about the content of the film. You already said that you are fascinated by the objects of our everyday life and how they, or objects from certain kinds of materials, how they behave and behave,
Yes.
or how they look like. But does it have any special meaning to you? The place, the space where you shoot it? Is it uh, what I was wondering, or what I was thinking watching the film was that this looks a little bit like a diary film. It looks like this place is really close to you. It's not only in the scenes with particular objects, but also in the scenes where there is, for example, a window and the curtain. It seemed like this place was somehow intimately connected to you. So, so was it an like? Could it be any apartment, any place, or does it play some role that it was this particular apartment where you shoot it?
Yeah, of course, it could not be like every place. Like I choose this place by purpose, but there's not like a special story behind this room. It's more like the aesthetic of the architecture and the movement of the curtain and the wind, which were fascinating me. And of course, it's a personal um, expression. Like all the things you see in the film has something. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm close to all these surroundings and to these objects, but there is no universal meaning in these images. Like I want all the viewers to have their own impression and don't want to say like it's especially this meaning or that thing. Like it's, of course, it's a personal thing and I had my own meaning doing this, but it's nothing like which I can really describe now and can share. Like it was more I was led by my emotions, and like it was like really important for me to doing that in this moment. Like I saw it and I have had to capture it with my camera. So it's more like intuitive way of expression myself, and not myself actually, but I mean like, yeah, like these things which are important for me, like to share and to put it together in a collage. Yes.
I see. I see. And could you elaborate a little bit about the sound? How did you compose it? And it's a little bit like ambient sound. And so, how were you thinking about it in connection with the images? Why did you decide about this particular sound, and how did you compose it and connect it with the images?
Yeah, actually, I didn't do the sound by myself. I collaborated with David M. Shu. He's a sound artist, and I already worked together with him for other projects, and I already knew like how he's doing, like, or the I knew what I can expect when I give him my film for doing the sound. Like he could work quite open, making the sound, and I know he's like doing more like dark, noisy sound. And I talked with him about the emotions in my film, and this was actually the thing which leads him also through with doing the sound, like, and so this was the result. I didn't give him too much rules or something like that, you know, like
instructions.
he needs the freedom. He's an artist too. So for me, like when I'm doing my films, I need this freedom too, like also working spontaneously too and not planning too much. And he's also doing it like by impression, like intentional, I won't say, yeah. So that was a really, I think we have a really good combination, like we can, yeah, it fits good together, his sound and my image.
Yeah, I have to say also from my experience as a viewer, that it seemed to me that the work with the sound or the composition of the sound seemed to me similar to the work with the light. So as the light was in some parts more intense, sometimes it was more subtle, and it was very similar with the sound, that sometimes it was very much in the front, and we really recognized it as an impulse to, you know, switch from our eyes to our ears, but then in some moments it was totally like disappearing. It was still there, but it was more subtle and more
Yes.
invisible, if I can use this this cross metaphor. Okay, Betty, thank you very much that you joined us as well. I'm very happy that we could discuss 3 films today. That's fantastic. So
Thank you too.
Thank you to, yes?
Greets to your country.
Thank you. So goodbye.